you made the point about what was it? Uh, I think it was like the diversity. Uh, but I talked to Anita Gibson, you know, that does you guys the makeup.
Yeah,
Yeah, like she's like a big sister to me. You know what I mean? So
she's the
she
best.
man, she was dropping so many nuggets on me back in 2019, and even still today. And just she pushes me. You know what I'm saying? She's one of my mentors in the game as well. So I'm definitely I'm going to see you guys. I'm going to see you sooner than later. You know what I
Come
mean?
out, man. Come out. You got to come out to either New York, but come out to LA. You got to come hang with your sister and, come out there and and hang with us. Meet everybody.
Definitely.
Have you met Richard and everybody?
I haven't met Richard. Nia, when I talked to Nia, um, she told me about everything that's going on out there, and she's like, "Bro, whenever you out here,
Man,
get
get your ass
out."
out there. Get your ass
I'll
out
be,
there. Because,
I'll be out there
Detroit
next month.
Detroit is badass, but Detroit has limited opportunities. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Granted, I know everything's virtual right now, but you're going to have limited opportunities in Detroit. Um,
But you know what I
and
say about limited opportunity, Shane? Because people always, I mean, I think even for me, as I told you, I started off in a real redneck part of town with being the only black guy. I always say that when people sit there and say to me all the time in the business of like, I've always wanted to be an actor, I always wanted to be a musician, I always wanted to be, whatever. But, I'm in this shitty town where I'm from. There's no opportunity. And I'm like, look, when you're in a town that you say there's no opportunity, I'm like, that's the best town to be in because you have no competition. You can carve your own path, and whatever you do it first. But you just got to make sure that are you willing to do the work? And this is the problem that I have with people is that they're always looking at the other side, the grass on the other side, the cars, the money, the fame, the success. And I'm like, all that shit's nice and it's great when you achieve it. But understand, you have to put your own story because what Shane Johnson's story to success is not going to be your story. What my story to success is not going to be your story. You got to figure out your own blueprint, plant your seed, and just like when you're,
yeah,
putting flour and water into a flower, you got to sit back and you got to watch it grow. And I've always said, like, being in the industry now, and it's funny that we're talking about power, being a drug organization show. I tell clients when I'm teaching them, especially now when I say, do you want to be an actor or do you want to be a brand? Because if you want to be an actor, then you're just going to be looking for work and hoping for work and praying for work. But when you're a brand, understand it's
Brand.
about your name. It's not even about your talent. It's about your name first. They're only when someone Googles, you're not Googling a picture of Shane Johnson. They're Googling your name. And I look at it this way is that you got to treat the business like a drug deal. You being the drug, you're the drug. And then your manager or your brand manager, they're the drug dealer. They're taking your product, being you, putting you on the street corner and saying, okay, because the myth that everyone has when they want to come out to LA, the old school ways. If I move to LA and I get an agent, I'm gonna be famous. How many times have you heard that, Shane, in your career? I moved to LA, I'm gonna be. And remember, you said when you came
yeah.
out,
I mean,
you
that's the
thought you were gonna
standard.
be a
Yeah,
big deal, and it doesn't work that way because you have the reality check of what actually happens in Hollywood. And I say this to any other actor, inspiring actor on who's watching this live: treat yourself like a drug. Find yourself a drug dealer, which is a brand manager or a manager, somebody that can create your identity, create your presence. Then once you have the drug being you, it's now sitting back and saying, okay, where can I find my runners? Whether it's a publicist, whether it's a team of people that just believe in you. Then you
corner
plant your
boys.
seeds like a corner boys, like a drug dealer. So your first corner is going to be maybe action. Your next corner is maybe going to be comedy. Your next corner is going to be maybe drama. And then you sit back like a dealer would, like an American Gangster. You never saw Denzel's face in the beginning. You only saw his street runners. And they're like, what's this blue magic shit? That could be what, say, for example, Shane's more known for action. That's the thing you put out there. Doesn't mean it's going to be the thing that sticks. but it's a thing that's going to get people going, I like this fucking shit. I like this guy.
Yeah,
And then
you know,
yeah.
the only thing I would say, man, is that like with King here,
Mm-hmm.
it's the difference, like that's true kind of across the board as like a baseline. I say with King, he's somebody who has hooks into the industry, who knows people,
Mm-hmm.
whose sister's out there like really crafting her brand, right? And she's made some. I don't know if you Teflon, if you know like Nia, but she's
No.
really, over the last year, I would say she's really kind of honed her brand and
Okay.
found her voice. And so I'd say for King, like the only thing I would say is that, as much as I will also say on one turn, I'll say you can do this shit from anywhere in the country or anywhere in the world now because of technology, etc. It would do him a huge service to go out and be present to, first of all, the first thing you're doing when you do that is you're telling yourself, I'm fucking worth it.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm committing my ass to doing this. It's not a hobby.
Thank you.
It's not like a sort of something that might happen. It's like, I'm fucking committing to doing this.
Okay.
And so by actually taking the commitment of spending the money, getting on the train or getting on the plane and going out and just kind of going, all right, here I go. I don't know what the fuck's going to happen 100%, but I know that I'm going to figure this shit out once I get there. And you're going to hit the ground running because you already know people, and you already know that you have this incredible community that's just waiting for you.
Mm-hmm.
So, again, this is no disservice to Detroit, but it's like, for me, I'm from Washington State, a little farm town. You can only fucking do so much. You can only do so much. Now, granted, like I said earlier, I could have literally lived anywhere in the country for the last decade because I've been living in Los Angeles. Hey, shut up. My phone's talking to me. I've been living in Los Angeles and working in Brooklyn, right?
Mm-hmm.
But that's like that's the good problems. That's the like get the work, and the work may take you, as you know, to Canada or to Florida or to New York or to Detroit, or to Chicago or Los Angeles, wherever. But put yourself in the way.
Well, the thing, you got to invest in yourself, bro. You have to invest in you, because if you don't invest in yourself, you can't expect other people to invest in you. Period. That's just the game.
Right.
Like, and a lot of times people, as I said, they have this fear of investing in themselves, this fear of failure, this fear of coming out to Los Angeles and not making it. I'm like, the only failure is if you don't try.
Yeah.
You don't try, you failed.
You know what I
did? At the end of your life and you look back at your life and you go, and you're sitting in the rocking chair on your porch and you think back about your life, you're not going to regret the risks. You're not going to regret putting yourself out there. You're not going to regret any of that shit. The only thing that you regret is the shit that you didn't go after.
Yeah. Yeah. And since this whole COVID, because things just began to open back up out west,
Sure.
Right before all that was jumping off, that was the move. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
Here's a couple things that, like I said, there's no excuses, but here's a couple things in the positive that's happened since then, right? I've actually gained management with Apollo Talent Management. Susan Barr, she's my manager. She's actually out west now. You know what I mean? So she's opened her doors up for me. So I got to come out there. Like I said, I'll be out there next month. Well, actually, probably
I love it.
More towards the end of this month to take care of some things, because things that she wants me to touch up on. She wants me to shoot with her photographer as well, because I dropped all that weight. But you're absolutely right. You have to take the chance. You have to take if this is your passion, if this is what you really have, you know what I mean? Don't give yourself a...
Well, clearly it is, man. Clearly it is for you. I mean, you didn't like have 50 whisper something to you and then you take this big action and commit to dropping weight and to putting yourself into a different casting category just to hang out.
No, no.
Right? Like this is you seeing the future and going like, all right, I'm gonna take this advice and run with it. And so put yourself in harm's way. That's the only way you're gonna win. And man, and like I said, you're in a golden position too, because you have this whole community and your sister that's already kind of like traveled this road. It's not like you're showing up and just like, landing in the middle, jumping off a bus and going, now what do I do? Like you have a whole path laid out in front of you.
Mm-hmm. And it's not to mention that Kirkland Morris, another writer for Force, like me and him are Facebook friends, and he tells me certain things. He's, I actually have a Zoom set up where I'm doing a state of the industry address, about how things have changed in COVID.
So you're hooked in.
Yeah, like the things.
So you're hooked in, man. That's all you need. You're hooked in enough that there's no reason that you shouldn't like make some big like rattle your own cage, right? Rattle your own cage, and change your life. Otherwise we just kind of like keep the status quo, and then a year passes and another year passes, and we're still making plans. Still making plans. It's like, fuck that, man.
Nobody gives a shit about your intentions, bro. They care about your actions. Period. But let's take another caller in here.
Good talking to you, brother.
Wes, good talking to you, bro.
Yep.
I'll take another caller, guys. If you want to come in and ask Shane a question here, industry-related question, fan question, send a request in right now, and I will bring you into the room. Don't forget, guys, you can check us out each and every Sunday. Sunday service hosted by your man, D-Teflon on the MIC. You can follow me at DTEFLON. You can also follow Shane Johnson. Also, you can check us out if you missed this entire podcast. You can watch the upcoming episode coming up airing in 2 weeks at HotTopicsCelebTV.com each and every Tuesday. Join us for Hot Topics After Dark, 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time as well. Let's take another question. Okay, guys, if you have a question, please send in a request. I will connect you into the live. Let's see here. Guys, you got to hit that button if you want to jump in on the live here. It's saying people can't. We have to log out again and log back in?
Yeah, man. I don't know. Something's up with this.
Hold on a second. Okay, we'll log them quickly back in, and then I'll let you go after. We'll log back in, and then we'll log